What it do? It is I, it is me, it is your boy, E to the R to the I to the C. And this right here is the Life and Times of Eric. And this right here is the after work / trap / car chronicles. Man, I promise you, man, like, as I sit here and I just think to myself, I'm just like, man, you gotta be thankful for a lot of things in life. You gotta be thankful for what you have at the moment. And you just gotta be thankful that you have the ability to keep on going to improve your situation. The worst type of thing that you can go through is not having the ability to improve your situation. Or the worst thing you also go through is having the ability, or another worst thing you go through is having the mindset of thinking that you can't improve your situation. Because when you think you can't improve it, it like totally kills everything. Kills your mood, kills your life, kills your day. You feel like you'll always be stuck doing the same thing. But knowing that you can improve it, and knowing that you have the ability to improve it, and that you're willing to do it, that kind of makes whatever situation that you might be going through a lot better. But when you feel like you can't, man, you start like Chuck, bro. You're going to always feel like life is going to give you the bad share of things. You're going to always feel like that. Me personally, I feel like at this moment in my life, whatever the situation I'm in now, it's got to be a learning moment for something. I got to be learning something from what I'm dealing with, the position I'm doing now, because I honestly believe every job I ever had wasn't learning to something else, like learning this, learning that, learning this, and then at the same time, it's like, even though it was a stepping stone to me, or a learning opportunity for me for something else, it's all about how I look at the next position. What's the next position going to teach me? What's the next thing going to show me? And that's how I try to treat it. Because a lot of times, you may be in a position or work somewhere or doing something, and you be like, man, I'm so unhappy. But maybe you're put in that position so you can learn something. Understand how something works when it comes to on a mass scale, or you can be put in that position while the Lord uses you to find something that you really want to do, or bless you with something that He has something, open it up later on. So essentially, there might be another position coming, but that position ain't open right now, and it might be 6-7 months for that position opens up. So what the Lord might do is put you in, or the Lord might do, or could do, or whatever, put you in this position, right? Have you over here working, learning, figuring out what you like, what you don't like, figuring out where you want to go back to. And then as you're learning that for the last couple months, He's opening up this position to come open. And then right around the time you're like, all right, I'm ready to kind of get out there and kind of nail down what I like and what I don't like. And you start, and all of a sudden, boom, He aligns that with what you've been looking for, what He knows is best for you. That could be something high paying, something that could be more of what you're looking for, more benefits, more work from home, whatever it may be. And then boom, you leave from that to go to that. But if you hadn't took that position, that other position may not opened up, or you have been waiting for a long time with no funds or nothing as time goes by while that position opened up, So you have to think about those type of things. And as I've gotten older, I think about those things like, man, like, it's like, oh, crazy. And the reason I think about that is because I remember when I worked at Coke, I was working there for a little bit of time, contract gig, which ended, which I had to tell you down another story, all that craziness, but it ended, and then I was like, man, what I'm gonna do? And exactly around the same time it ended, I met out with my other coworker, met him at an event, we got cool, blah, blah, blah. He was telling me about him going to interview with this one company, this startup company. I told him, I said, hey man, if you need any assistance with anything, like, we go over interview stuff. And I said, man, whatever the position you're going for, man, just let me know. I'll come and, work for you, whatever. You seem pretty cool, whatever, all that good stuff. Turns out, everything had been working on the scenes, and me being cool, me meeting him randomly at a Walmart at an event, went from that happening to him telling them that I should be the one they should work with, and then boom. So we ended up working together. So, yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was really cool. And I just know that God put all that together because I didn't apply and do anything. God was working behind the scenes, putting everything together, and He allowed that. He allowed and He made that happen. So that's why I say to y'all, just know that things could be working behind the scenes that you don't know. And I know. You be like, I'm not getting paid. When I get paid, my check's gone after I do this, I do that. I know. I've been there before, bro. Back when I first came back from Cali, I had a job like that. It was horrible. But I just kept reminding myself, like, this ain't it. This is it. You know what I'm saying? I kept applying every night for over a whole year. Well, technically, I got one job, and then I could have moved back to Atlanta, but that was a whole little debacle with me. I ended up lying on my resume. Even though I had the chance to tell the truth, I didn't. So I learned from that. And then they didn't get they're rescinding the job back. Got to learn from your mistakes, my boy. And then from there, it just took a while. And then I got that job early. When I first moved back, like 3 months in, I got that job. Then I didn't get another job after that for another 9 months to next year. And then that's when I got the Coke job. And then came out here to the D. But I say all that to say, I never stopped applying. I had to keep applying. I just had to keep applying. And things was grim. Things didn't look good. Things sucked a lot. But you know what? I just kept applying. That's how I looked at it. Should have went that way. Things definitely sucked. Things did not look good. But I didn't give up. I didn't give up one bit. I just said this ain't for me. And I kept applying. Like I have a strong will to know that, you know, things may not be going the way I wanted to go, but I also do know at the end of the day, though, if I just keep trying, I can turn my situation around. And since I know I can turn my situation around, that's what I did. I just kept applying, and then I was able to turn it around. And make it a better situation. So I'm glad I was able to do that. It took some time, but it happened. Could have happened earlier if I hadn't lied, but it happened a little bit later. You know, Lord was like, all right, you learned your lesson. Because, I had an opportunity to tell the truth. Lord was like, really, like, you sure? I was like, nah, keep lying. And got caught. Crazy, ain't it? I think I may have listed one. Shouldn't have listed him. I should have listed somebody else. And they could have covered for me. I think I ended up listing my actual boss instead of listing somebody else. I wasn't thinking. Like, what? Right, I wasn't thinking. So yeah, that's what happened. But I say all that to say, whatever you're going through, man, just know it's gonna get better. Just know that whatever you're going through is gonna get better. I've been there. I'll be going through it now. I just know that, you know, because you gotta think, like, when you have a mindset of knowing that you have goals that you want to obtain and that you want to do and that you want to see them out, you feel like you're stagnant because you're doing something that doesn't move you, that doesn't motivate you, that doesn't give you the type of life or to give you the type of that you feel. Like, when I wake up in the morning, I don't feel, yay. I'm thankful, God, that I have this job, but I don't feel fulfilled at times. And some people are like, well, you don't need to feel fulfilled. I understand that. But at the same time, though, I've had jobs where it's like, yo, I enjoy going in because it's definitely a lot of learning, definitely a lot of moving parts. You definitely feel like you're making a difference. I don't really feel like that now. I just feel like it's just a cog on the machine. And, you know, and then on top of that, being a cog on the machine, you feel like you're a cog on the machine. You're not really, you might as well go and do your own thing. So, but, you know, you gotta wait. Gotta wait. But at the same time, I'm thankful for the position. But I know, like I tell the Lord all the time, I know I could do better. See, this whole transitioning from employee to employer, from employee to entrepreneur, would be a lot better if it was a position that I enjoyed going into, I enjoyed light. Because while I'm constantly working on my business on the side, I'm doing something at work that I enjoy. So I'm learning more and things like that. It's almost like Cornelius Vanderbilt. It's like when he ended up starting doing ships, At first, he didn't want to do the ships, but then he looked at it like an apprenticeship. So he realized everything that he learned on the ship, he had to learn. He had to figure it out. See how it changed his mindset? Like, he realized, like, this is the type of business I want to get into. So this is the type of business I get into. I have to make sure when I get on this job, I got to learn everything I got to learn. And that's how it was when I worked at Strive. It's like, yo, this is the type of stuff I want to get into, create. I got to learn everything I learned. So it wasn't just about going to work. It was about learning every aspect. And that's how I feel about any other position I take next. It's going to be about learning every aspect so that I could take that aspect and improve on what I'm doing and make sure that it's applying to me in a way where I'm like, boom, this is it. Boom, there you go. And I think in so many different ways to have that come about for me, I have to enjoy what I'm doing. Because when you enjoy what you're doing, then it makes it so much easier for you to take what you learn from the job and then apply it to what you want to do, you know? So that's the whole piece of everything, but it is what it is. And like I said before, that's why I'm excited about the next opportunity that I'm gonna take, because I know I'm gonna use the opportunity like I'm using now to apply it to what I'm gonna do, because I'm applying for stuff that I know is gonna be beneficial to what I'm gonna do next. So, but yeah, man, like I said before, we're on this journey to become financially free, mentally free, and create health as well. So remember, 2 words a day, word for the month, word for the year: be intentional, be meticulous. Be intentional what you want, be meticulous about how you're gonna go get it. Be intentional about what you want, be meticulous about how you're gonna get it, how you're gonna keep it, and how you're gonna attain more. And remember, keep living your life, because if you don't, your life is not going to live you.